And Seattle is near and dear to you.
I started my career in Seattle. My first teaching job was at the University of Washington. The first time I was ever called Professor Lipstadt was at the University of Washington. And in fact, the first time when someone did that, I just kept walking because I didn't realize it's me they're talking about. I lived in Madison Park, and then I moved to north of the university. 5 years there, and it was just a great experience. The University of Washington is an unbelievable place.
And look what it turned into.
Right.
Not so bad.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all.
When you first decided to dive into this story and write the book that now has led to this movie, did you have any idea it would
Not a clue.
go that way?
Not a clue. In fact, I saw it. I didn't think anybody would really be interested in the book that I had to write because who would take these people seriously? Who would pay attention to them? I wrote the book. It got a lot of attention. And of course, I spent about 3 paragraphs mentioning David Irving, but that was enough to prompt him to sue me. And that was very scary because I didn't know how it would turn out. I knew I was telling the truth.
Yeah.
I knew that the truth was totally on my side, but I didn't know how that would work in a courtroom. And thank God I had a great legal team to represent me, and I think a great acting team to portray that team.
The acting team is incredible to see what happened, but for what you actually went through, in this we hear about you having to not speak and hold
A hard
back.
thing, an unnatural act. I'm the kind of person who, when I see the phrase, when you see something, say something, is completely baffled because I can't quite figure out people needing encouragement to say something. I'm always happy to say something. So having to keep my mouth shut during the trial, and then, of course, keep my mouth shut on the set where I was. I mean, people consulted with me and things like that, but everybody has a job, and I was just really an observer. Was hard, but in both instances, it was the right thing to do.
The commitment to truth is a big theme through this. And when we talk about it, truth is what somebody believes, but ultimately it's held to the test of whether or not it is truth.
It's not opinion is what someone believes. There's truth in their lies. You know, the Civil War happened. World War I happened. 9/11 happened. You can debate why it happened. You can debate how it could have been prevented. But you can't debate whether it happened. And I think to debate whether a genocide of this proportion happened is a lie. It's playing with the truth. So though the story at the heart of this movie is about the Holocaust, it's got a much bigger message. That's a big enough message, but it's got an even bigger message. The bigger message is, I think there are 2 of them. First of all, you can't fight every battle. But when there's hatred and there's prejudice and there's such venom, you can't turn away from certain battles. And B, there's such a thing as truth and not, it's my opinion. And there's such a thing as lies. And when people lie, you have to call them out on it.
Now that your book has taken the next step to becoming a movie, people get to see it on the big screen. You never imagined that.
Never.
What is your hope now with this story?
I hope people understand that message of standing up for what you believe in, but also acknowledging that just because you read it on the internet or just because it's your opinion doesn't make it truth. And there are certain things that happen that not everything is relative. You know, relativism can be very dangerous, you know, and it's my opinion about what happened. Well, sometimes it's not your opinion about what happened, but there is a truth. And if young people, especially young people, can learn the message about standing up to hatred and prejudice and also the message of truth and lies, it'll have been very worthwhile for me.
The farther we get away from history, the easier it is for that to get...
Absolutely. And in this day and age of the internet, I love the internet. I'm not knocking the internet. I couldn't do my job without the internet. But people seem to think because I saw it on the internet, that makes it fact. It doesn't.
Great. So nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Come back to Seattle,
I
will you?
will. I love it. Any excuse I get.